Hello everybody, this is Start McCleary. In this episode, I want to talk about my favorite NASCAR race. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I finally had enough ideas to do it. I want to talk about why it's my favorite race, talk about some of the highlights, talk about what was great about the race, and all that good stuff. So, let's get started. My favorite NASCAR race is the 2004 UAW GM Quality 500. So much going on, and there was action throughout the event. But the best part is like everything had a great comeback story to it. There was a couple guys that got involved in a wreck and still managed to come back for a good finish. There was a bunch of passes that you don't see anymore. And there is also a bunch of side-by-side racing with the great old legends of the sport. And plus we had Alan Bestwick, because Alan Bestwick was my favorite commentator. So I'm going to show you guys all the highlights of this race and show you all the reasons why it's my favorite race and how good it is and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get this going. And I'll be back at the end and tell you some of my last thoughts.
500 miles tonight, and we're under green in Charlotte.
Already, the 10 car, Scott Riggs. We got another car. They're wrecking.
Greg Biffle's in the wall. That's Kurt Busch, the championship leader, the blue and yellow car on the bottom of the racetrack. How much damage?
I don't think he got much damage out of that.
We're in it. The right front got damaged pretty bad.
He said the right front was damaged pretty bad. We see where the fender is bent a little bit.
That's not too bad. I think he's going to get in there and they can pop that right out.
It doesn't look as bad as his crash last night looked. And
Kasey Kahne in the 9 is by Elliott Sadler.
Kasey Kahne, the 9 car, we know how he loves that high groove. He moved to the top of the racetrack in 3 and 4, and he flew through that corner, just flew through it.
While you're watching the scoring ticker come by on the top of the screen, the drivers whose names are highlighted in the Nextel yellow, those are the 10 drivers competing for the championship.
And you're right, BP, that car's got a lot of grip on the high side, so he is catching and going to pass Ryan Newman here very quick.
Here's Kurt Busch, your championship leader. We got one in trouble. Oh, Brian Biggers, look at that.
Wow.
That's sliding right across the start-finish line.
That's coming off turn 4, and somebody did clear him, or he thought he was clearing some contact in the rear, probably.
Sorry, guys. I should have just spun it out. Sorry about that.
He tried
to save it.
Yeah, tried to save it.
You get one shot at saving these cars. You know what I mean? When it gets away, you get one shot, and if it hooks and goes the other way and you still try to save it,
Big trouble.
See, you heard Brian talking to his crew. You see him there unhooking the safety equipment. Third caution of the race is out. Nasty crash.
And let's see if we can see what might have happened to the 25. He's trying to go by Robbie Gordon in 31.
And he's pushing. He pushed. He slid up the racetrack. He pushed into Robbie. And there we were just talking about it. You get one shot at saving these race cars. So, wow.
Oh, man. West Wing all over again.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, that was a shot. But that's what happened. He just lost a nose. And this is
labeled best driver, best player to never have won a major. Kasey's the best driver not to have won a race so far this season. He's finished second 4 times.
Rusty Wallace. Wow. Good move down on the bottom. Gonna make it stick.
Goes in the seventh spot. we see the red car at the very back of that. That is
because we got low tire pressures, and they probably found the same thing between the start of the race and now.
And Junior, the 8 car, going by Nemechek on the outside, goes into 5th to the
third in the chase for the Cup. Look at this mess.
Yeah, and it's been going on for the last few laps. We'll see Jimmie Johnson on the inside of Mark Martin. Johnson 48, Mark Martin in 6th. Marty, is Mark going forwards or backwards?
Mark's trying to go forward, but he's very upset with the 43 car of Jeff Green. He keeps saying, talk to him, talk to him. Doesn't he know that we're racing for a championship? The 48 is as well. Mark's car a little bit loose right now, Bill. Marty did a lot of work on that 48.
Caution flag has just come out at Lowe's Motor Speedway, Charlotte. It's going to be a short night for Carl Edwards.
Oh, man.
Dave Blaney started the car. Edwards got in under an early caution, and now he is off the pace.
Getting off turn 4 like he might have touched the wall. We see. I think he did hit the wall off turn 4.
Inside for the race lead, Dale Jr. on Casey Kane.
Boy, now that'll thrill these fans here.
Is he going to get it this time?
Looks like he is.
There you go. 5 bonus points toward the championship and a new race leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dave?
Keep in mind this weekend, Alan, on Thursday of the track, all the little bumps and dips, it reminds him of short track racing at a, at a 1.5-mile track. Now, gets passed there by the 48 as well, so his handle really going away on him. We try and stay on top of these teams, Benny. We talk to crew guys, we talk to crew chiefs, and we listen to them on a scanner, but sometimes it's a little more difficult to stay on top of the story with one team than another. This was
a good top 20 run going by Jimmy Spencer in the 4 car. His only problem is the car is just not tight enough. He cannot make it turn. He's got an arrow push in traffic. 30 starts here. His best finish 4th on 2 separate occasions, Bill.
Well, Jeff Gordon in the
Car is so perfect.
Ooh, whoa, that thread the needle. Johnny Sauter, the 09 car right there. Squeezing through. Is that Ward Burton?
And 0.
In the 0, and then Jimmie Johnson back down to the bottom of the 48 car.
Well, that's a pretty good battle. Right behind them is the 38 car of Elliott Sadler, the dark blue car, and here comes Mark Martin in the blue and white 6th. All these cars are racing for position.
And Sadler is in 5th place, Pete.
Yeah, but right now he's doing okay. And
No, Bill. No, watch that.
I said right now.
Oh,
See,
okay.
now he's not doing okay.
Okay.
He's holding him up, though, BP. That's what it's all about. Changed a lot of things on that 48 car this morning, trying to make it good. But that 9 car, man, that is a... Hey, Benny?
Yes.
It hurts me to say this, but you were right.
Man.
Don't forget about that 19 car that got his lap back and is way out there.
And Wally, it was the right front on the 19, and it was the inside shoulder, just like it looked like on Matt's car. If Mayfield had stayed out there, I believe he might have ended up in the wall.
Yeah, that's normally
Point all night long.
And that Mark right now would love to get the lead as he tries to go for it off turn 2, get those 5 bonus points.
Kane slid up the racetrack a little bit going into turn 1 there.
Yeah. Bobby Hamilton Jr., that 32 car going by Casey Kane. Man, that 9 car struggles on his first few laps after a tire change. Here's Jr. trying to take over 3rd.
There's Earnhardt. Really bottoming out right now, too. If the pressure's low, you see the sparks coming from his car. That's because that car's just bouncing off the racetrack. So
not slowing him down. Here he goes for the race lead. Wow, man. So Kasey Kahne back out in front, continuing the pattern we've seen on several restarts tonight, where he struggles the first few laps after the green and then gets it going.
Earnhardt Jr. all over the back. Mark Martin tries to get a little bit loose off of 2, and Mark says, you can have it.
Looks like he was successful in getting that loose part.
Anybody just said, boys, I about wrecked, obviously.
Yes, he did.
I'll agree with that. You know, Jeff Burton, that white car right in front of Junior, is in the 7th position.
Good run.
Great night. Started back in 35th place, Dave.
Sat up in the hauler and talked to Jeff Burton this afternoon about his run here. He said the worst thing for us today is our starting position. Someone always gets a great run at the beginning and puts everybody laps down. They started 35th. They moved up quickly. They've moved their way into the top 10 now, and Jeff can race with these guys.
Alan, that might have taken some of the guys out of the mix unless they get a couple more laps of caution flag.
3rd place.
That's looks like
smoke on that
coming out
12 car.
Or is that just coming from the front of Robbie Gordon in front of him, maybe?
It might have been the tire hitting the fender when he goes down the corner, but there was a lot of smoke on the 12.
Now Dale Jr. racing Ryan Newman for 4th place.
Can't believe Robbie Gordon hasn't stopped and he hasn't blown out. He's still going.
Matt?
BP, his spotter, Mike Dillon, keeps telling Robbie it's really not that bad. It's starting to go away. Keep staying out there.
Okay.
That's what I said. Okay.
It's easy for a
For
spotter
the
to
race
say.
lead, Kurt Busch to the outside of Mark Martin in turn 4.
Man.
These guys won 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific on NBC.
Mark, you got company.
Oh, here we go. Johnson for the lead, goes by Martin, put 48 in front.
33 laps to go. Jimmy Johnson taking the lead. Bill, they have worked on that car all night long.
They have, and some of that work comes after happy hour last night when crew chief Chad Knaus told Jimmy Johnson, well, we're good, but we're about a tenth and a half off of some of the other guys.
Very solid run tonight. The car, though, loose on this set of tires. Now 4 car. He is not happy with them. Trying to hang on. His best finish this year, Alan, 17th at Dover.
I've been very impressed with the job Jimmy and this team have done tonight. About to go a lap down to leader Jimmy Johnson, but this is an underdog team, underfunded team. They've had their troubles this year, but boy, they've run well tonight.
Yeah, they've been very good all night long. They've stayed on the lead lap right there.
Yep, 24
most
to
of the
go.
race. Yeah.
But meanwhile, right behind the
Well, right in front of these drivers. Who's in it?
Jimmy
Did Martin get a piece of it? It was
there goes
Spencer
Kurt
that
Busch
spun out.
sliding through the grass. Woo! Hang on, Kurt. Good job. That's hard to do.
Wow.
Driving through the grass at 170 miles per hour.
So how big a piece of that did Ryan Newman and Mark Martin get?
Oh, man.
Check out the pavement.
Big enough.
Big
enough
trouble.
is right.
22 laps to go, racing for 2nd place.
The car's
And you could see Ryan Newman was right on Mark Martin's right rear. I bet you he took the air off the spoiler.
Damage to both front fenders. Looks like the left rear as well.
He got every corner but the left rear.
I guess the left rear isn't banged up, just the front.
All right, now, some of these other guys that don't have the crash damage. Do you pit here, take on fresh tires?
And Newman was just up on. Oh, no, that started in front of him. Oh, man. Oh, talk about that bad luck, BP. Look at Kurt Busch. That is hard to do. I mean, normally when you hit the grass, it's like hitting ice. He did a good job. Just kept the steering wheel straight, let the car slow down, and finally get to the pavement.
Yep.
That's when the 48 car will make the move.
Here comes Jeff Gordon with him. Johnson the leader by a fender, Bill.
I just passed Gordon's car owner, Rick Hendrick, here in the 24 pits. I said, this is a wild sport. He goes, this is amazing. He goes, about 2 hours ago, I wouldn't have given you a plug nickel for that 24 car.
Turn 2. Stumbling when they came into it. 4 of the 6 races before this final 10-race chase, Johnson finished 30th or worse. He's now less than a lap from the checkered flag tonight and a sweep of the season's races here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Last man to do it at this racetrack, Dale Earnhardt, 1986.
That last lap's a long lap.
So what is winning before friends and family meet? That was it. Jimmie Johnson wins the UAW GM Quality 500, 1.7 seconds over Jeff Gordon. Jimmie Johnson back with his momentum in his championship bid in 2004.
Jeff Gordon stopping, congratulating. And Earn Jr. running into him.
Sweep for Johnson, and the Lowe's team celebrates at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Big drink for you. Congratulations. How was that car early in the race?
It was good. I think we had probably the second or third best car through the beginning of the race, and as the race went on, we made the right adjustments. The 9 car was class of the field, but something happened with him, and then we just picked up and did what we needed to do. What a way to come back and kind of right the ship after the bad luck that we've had. To come back to Lowe's Motor Speedway, win with the Lowe's Monte Carlo. I just can't say enough. And these guys behind me up there, those are the boys. Hey! Come on,
They had great stops for you tonight, and you're.
Yep, anyways, guys, there's actually more good parts of this race. These are just the best parts of this race. This is my favorite race of all time. And as you can see how on some of the highlights, how the cars are more high off the ground, that is one of the key ways to provide great racing along with a long spoiler and having no side force. And back in the day, we had no splitter. this was the race, and I don't think we'll ever get back to this ever again. You know, this race will always be one of my number one favorites, and it will always be probably one of the greatest story comebacks that I've seen in the Nextel era, at least. So many comebacks, a lot of great legends, racing good, having Alan Bestwick in, and it was just all together. Anyway, and Jimmie Johnson probably showed, you know, his great driving talent in this race of winning that race. And anyways, guys, that's all I've got to say. So if you like this, that's good. If you don't, I'm okay with that too. Anyways, I'm Start McClary. I'll see you next time.